Hi guys, so today we are going to be doing kind of a more chill, like sketch with me type video. I have been very busy lately. Work has just been like absolutely crazy, and then like on top of that we're also like starting to house hunt a little bit, so yeah, it's just been a lot. And the idea of like getting out paints and getting out markers and like the whole ordeal that goes along with like doing like a finished piece has just been like really unappealing to me lately because I've just been exhausted by the end of the day. So this past month I've been doing a lot of like sketchbook work, which is good because I am so dang close to finishing this sketchbook, guys. I am so dang close, and I've been so dang close for a while, but I'm like the kind of person who has like 5 different sketchbooks on rotation that are like all different types of paper depending on what medium I'm using. So like those other sketchbooks have always distracted me from this one from time to time, and so like filling out a sketchbook for me just takes a very long time because I'm simultaneously working on like so many different sketchbooks. But anyway, I had a goal that I wanted to finish the sketchbook this month. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get there, but I think I've made a lot of progress. I only have like a few pages left, but I am the kind of person who really enjoys like super full sketchbooks. That like all of the little white spaces are filled, and the pages just feel very filled and happy and everything, and kind of eclectic amount of like different types of art on the page from different times, and you know, all of that. So I've been going back and trying to fill in all of those weird kind of blank spaces on the pages that are either like between other artworks and sketches or like on the back of the pages where there's like bleed through and stuff. That's kind of been my project for this month, and I've gotten pretty far. I'm almost like filled up all of the little blank spaces on the pages that I have filled so far, and then after that I just have a few more pages until the sketchbook is done, which is going to be so exciting. I've been working at this sketchbook I think since like July 2018, so it has been a while. Definitely when it's done there will be a sketchbook tour for you guys, so don't even worry about that. It'll definitely be an interesting tour because I've been working through this for so dang long. There's a huge variety of styles in it. I'm the kind of person who probably changes my art style every couple months. So yeah, it'll be a fun tour to go through. But anyway, for these sketches, I like to keep things light. I don't like to be too precious with my sketchbook, especially like a sketchbook that is meant to be a sketchbook. Like I definitely have sketchbooks like my watercolor sketchbook that are more like it's like a finished piece sketchbook, but like a sketchbook that's for sketching. I've said that word so many times. I don't like being precious with them. I like being messy. I like experimenting. I like trying new things, trying new styles, pushing myself. You know, like I don't care if I'm drawing on like a page back with bleed through. Like you can see there's bleed through on this page. It's a page back of something else I drew. Like I don't care. So yeah. I don't like being too precious with these, so they're definitely pretty chill sketches, and you know, very kind of everywhere in terms of style, and definitely I just like keeping things pretty simple, pretty fun, focusing on, you know, the shapes and building up the figures with shapes like I like to do. Yeah, and it's kind of a fun challenge when you already have pages that have, you know, various drawings on it, and then you always have, it's like the really weird sort of spaces in between other sketches that it's a fun challenge to see if you can come up with poses to fill in those spaces. It's kind of like, you know, the blob challenge people do where they like draw a random color blob with like marker or watercolor, and then they need to like try to draw something to fit within the bounds of that color blob. It's kind of like that, but without the color blobs. I don't know if that makes sense, but I've been really enjoying challenging myself to do that, coming up with poses to fit within these weird, awkward spaces, and it's been pretty fun. I've also been doing this thing, like with the sticky notes that you saw with the first drawing, like creating almost shapes with the sticky notes, like a couple sticky notes kind of overlapping over each other, and trying to come up with a pose to fit within the confines of those sticky notes. So it's kind of like the blob challenge, but I'm calling it the blob challenge. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it. It's kind of like that, but like not really, but yeah, I've just been kind of having fun with that, and I feel like it's kind of pushed me at a time where I'm feeling a little, I don't want to say art blocked, but definitely out of practice because I have been so busy. It's definitely like has been a fun way for me to like push myself and try, you know, pushing myself, you know, without it being too stressful, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, let's see. Ooh, I've been reading a lot of books lately. Do you guys like, should we talk about books? Like, is that cool? Is that a cool thing to talk about? Yeah, I've just been, maybe it's because like the stress and stuff of work and like house hunting and everything, it's like I haven't, just reading a book, sitting down and reading a book for like hours has just been really relaxing for me recently. So I've gotten through a lot of books recently, and let's see, what have I read? I finished book 2 of the Mirror Visitor series by Christine Dabos. I don't know if you guys have read those books, but they are literally so good. It's like the characters in those books are like the most vividly described characters that I've ever read about in books. Like as you're reading, you can like picture these characters in your head. Like, it's so dang good, and like the characters are just so relatable. And yeah, the 3rd book is coming out I think in September here in the US, and boy, I am hyped for it. So hyped. Let's see, I also started, and this is a book that's been on my like read list for a while. I started the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin, and I finished it like a few days ago, the first book, and my mind is like actually blown into small pieces by how amazing that book is. Like it probably got into my top 5 fantasy books of all time list. And that list hasn't been touched for a very long time. So that's saying something. It was so good. I'm so excited for the next 2 books. I've got them in the mail already, so yes, very excited about that. And yeah, so the book I'm reading right now is actually the 3rd book in the 2nd Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. So there's like the original series, and then the 2nd series takes place like, I don't know, like 1,000 or so, couple hundred years after the original 3. And yeah, I'm just finishing that up right now. So far, I definitely like the first series better, but it's really good, and it's really fun to kind of see the world progress that much into the future. But yeah, I don't know, I get a lot of inspiration for drawing from like the books that I'm reading. Like for example, these kind of characters, like the one I drew earlier on the sticky note and the one I'm doing right now that have kind of like that floaty cloud hair, definitely inspired by like the Sanderson Mistborn world with like the floaty mists and like the floaty mist codes and like that whole kind of cloud vibe, like definitely inspired by that. So I don't know, reading and books definitely give me a whole lot of inspiration for art. So if you guys have any like amazing books that you want to recommend, I'm like on a reading binge right now, so please leave your recommendations in the comments. I would love that. And yeah, anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye!